Lesson 129.
In.
Well, Lisa, we've already covered the word in one time. Why are we coming back a second time to it?
Because this time we're looking at in taking the dative case and telling us about a location, a place. So the answer to a question that would be where.
So in means something completely different when it takes the dative case rather than when it takes the accusative. So again, as I said before, you have to consider a preposition along with its case that it takes and consider them both together as a unit.
Right. As our listeners might remember, in plus accusative would be translated like to or into in English. And here we have the translation for in plus dative, which would then be in or at. So you often pair this with a verb of being because that helps you to tell where you are located.
Right, because if you want to just say where you are, you'll just say I am or we are in that place, right?
Right.
So the kind of sentence you're saying, it helps you to understand what case it'll take.
Definitely.
As usual with languages, the context helps you understand what's happening. And I have the feeling, Lisa, that if our listeners practice this a little bit each day, they'll get used to it and it'll just start to sound natural, which one they're using.
Yes. If the listeners want to look into this some more, you can use certain verbs. You will find them online that will give you the answer to where or the answer to where to, like to stand would be where and to put something would be where to. And then you can use these in a sentence and pay attention to when you're using the accusative and the dative case.
So in general, the accusative case is for motion toward, and the dative case is for showing location.
Yes.
Lisa, before we go and leave this lesson, let's take a quick look at these contractions. We've already studied the contraction INTS, that's in plus das, right?
Mm-hmm.
So when you have a neuter accusative place that you're going to, you can say in das Kino, for instance, or you can say ins Kino. So they already know one contraction, but we have a couple more here with some of these dative articles.
Right. Now that we have the dative article dem, we can merge in and dem together and make it im, which is much shorter and much more convenient to use.
Okay. Is it required to do this or is it optional?
You can say it either way. It's just more natural to use it as a contraction. It's not grammatical wrong if you don't merge them.
Lisa, why is it that ein words don't contract with, say, prepositions?
I don't know.
Okay.
I can take a guess. I guess maybe for articulation or something, but I'm not sure. I mean, you wouldn't be able to distinguish them from the dem, right, from the definite article if all of them contracted somehow.
Mm. I had a theory, but then I thought of an example that wouldn't work, so my theory was quickly shot down.